It's just accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of, my whole life.
Getting drafted into the NBA at a young age, earning $1 million contracts, luxury cars, private jets, buying a mansion, and endless parties. You would think NBA players have it all figured out. However, 60% of them go broke within 5 years of retirement. Yeah, you heard it right. Let's dive deeper into this $1 million mess. So, why does this keep happening? Two big reasons. First one, career length. Second, lifestyle choices. For most players, it starts like a dream. Getting drafted feels like the beginning of everything, but blink, and that dream's already fading. Wondering how long the average NBA career lasts? Just 4.5 years. Average retirement age? 35 years old. And unless you last at least 3 seasons, there is no pension until you're 62. Some players last, but most don't. Fatigue builds, injuries pile up, recovery takes longer, and just like that, you're no longer the future of the franchise. Now you're rehabbing instead of hooping, watching younger, hungrier players take your minute, and there is nothing you can do about it. You are old news. Your game slows down, age creeps in, but the league, it never slows for anyone. And while the money stops, the bills don't. Mortgages, expenses, everything you signed up for in your glory days, it all keeps going. Now, let's talk about contracts. Take a look at this chart. Not every NBA player is swimming in cash. In fact, most don't even get close to the mega deals you hear about. There are a few types of contracts in the NBA. Guaranteed contracts where you get paid your base salary no matter what, even if you get cut or injured. You can earn more from max and supermax contracts. A max contract is capped at a percentage of the league's salary cap, usually 25 to 30% based on years of service. And then there is supermax, a special deal for players who meet the elite criteria, up to 35% of the cap. Basically, a reward. Let's take a real example. Jason Tatum. Tatum started with a standard rookie scale contract for over 4 years with the Boston Celtics, worth about $30 million. But in 2020, he signed a 5 year max extension worth $163 million. Thanks to the Rose Rule, that deal jumped to $195 million because he made the All NBA team. He got one award, and boom, that's a $32 million bonus for Jason Tatum. And no, I'm not talking about flowers. The Rose Rule lets young stars earn more than the standard max if they hit major milestones like the All NBA, MVP, or Defensive Player of the Year. It's named after Derrick Rose, who became a superstar before his first contract even ended. Good. Now you've got the contract and all the bonuses, you're in your prime and making so much money, but where does it all go? As you can see, 50% of it goes straight to taxes and agent management fees. So in Tatum's case, let's take the $195 million. 40% tax is $78 million, with 10% agent management fees being $19.5 million. And suddenly half of your money is gone. That's a total of $97.5 million. And while they're counting their cash, you're spending the rest of your money on your lifestyle expenses, legal fees, and taking care of friends and family. And that's if you didn't mess up your taxes or get scammed. One study said over 78% of athletes financially support two or more households. Now, pair that spending with zero financial education, you're not just the breadwinner, you're the bakery. Or worse, friends who think buying a nightclub in Detroit is a can't miss opportunity. Spoiler, it missed. Now, let's look at some real life examples. Like Allen Iverson, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history, famously earned over $200 million during his career, yet he ended up broke. Iverson reportedly burned $200,000 to $300,000 monthly. He frequently traveled with large groups on private jets, and he bought dozens of cars, jewelry, designer, and even gave away cars to friends and family. He did not trust financial advisors and allegedly didn't budget or track spending. He often carried cash instead of using bank accounts, and he faced multiple lawsuits that he had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in settlement and legal fees. In 2001, Iverson signed a lifetime deal with Reebok, $800,000 a year for life, and $32 million trust fund that he can access when he turns 55. This deal saved him from true financial ruin. Antoine Walker is another NBA star who earned over $108 million in his career and still went broke within just 2 years of retiring. Walker lived like a king. He bought multiple mansions, expensive cars, and jewelry, gave out money to friends and family, sometimes buying them homes and cars, made real estate investment, but during the 2008 financial crisis, he lost millions when the market crashed. He supported a group of over 30 people, including friends and family. In his word, I thought I was being a good guy. I wanted to help everyone around me. But he ended up financially responsible for others' bad decisions. Unlike some, Walker owned his mistakes. He's now a financial advisor and a public speaker, helping current athletes avoid the same fate. He's partnered with organizations like Morgan Stanley's Global Sports and Entertainment Division to educate young players. Money doesn't change who you are, it amplifies it. If you're reckless with $10, you'll be reckless with 100 million. If you're smart, you might just turn that rookie contract into generational wealth. It's not all doom and broke. Some players do get it right. Let's go through some examples. First off, Shaquille O'Neal, a very familiar face to most people. He made around $292 million over 19 seasons in the NBA and $200 million plus from deals and endorsement. Shaq isn't just a basketball legend, he's a business empire in human form. Shaq took his fortune and flipped it into something much bigger. He's owned or invested in franchises, fitness and retail, tech, and startup, and his education level speaks for itself. Let's talk about his businesses and franchises first. First of all, fast food chains. He has invested in 155 Five Guys, 17 Auntie Anne's, over 10 Krispy Kreme locations, and he even sits on the board of Papa John's, appearing in commercials while owning several stores. And that's not all. Shaq launched his own fast food chain called Big Chicken, which is rapidly expanding across the United States. But Shaq's playbook isn't just about food. He owns 24-hour fitness gyms, car washes, and even shopping centers. Through a partnership with authentic brand groups, he bought into retail giants like JCPenney, Forever 21, and even Reebok, a brand he co-owns now. In his word, I wanted to buy Reebok, then I did. On the tech side, Shaq was an early investor in Google, Ring, Lyft, and Zoom, all before they exploded in value, and he's no fool when it comes to the business side. He earned his bachelor's degree, got an MBA, and even completed a doctorate in education. Shaq didn't just leave a mark on the court, but he built an entire empire off of it. Our last example is LeBron James. He didn't just chase greatness on the court, he chased ownership off of it. At the heart of his empire is the Spring Hill Company. He 50x'd his investment in Blaze Pizza. He became a part owner of Fenway Sports Group. He was also ahead of the curve with Beats by Dr. Dre, taking equity instead of cash. And of course, there's real estate. Let's get a little deeper into the businesses. First off, let's start with the Spring Hill Company, a media powerhouse he co-founded with Maverick Carter, valued at $725 million. It's behind hit shows like The Shop on HBO and films like Space Jam. LeBron also invested just $1 million in Blaze Pizza, a move that's now worth an estimated $40 to $50 million. He's also a part owner of Fenway Sports Group, giving him stakes in iconic teams like the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool Football Club, Pittsburgh Penguins, and making him one of the few active athletes to own parts of major sports franchises. He was also ahead of the curve with Beats by Dr. Dre, as we just mentioned, taking equity instead of cash, walking away with $30 million when Apple decided to buy the company. LeBron owns a $37 million mansion in Beverly Hills and a $23 million estate in Brentwood, and several other properties, building wealth not just in brand deals but in bricks and land. On the court, LeBron's a legend, but off the court, he's a billionaire blueprint. For every stadium that falls silent, there is a story that echoes beyond the game. Some left their marks in highlights, others left it in courtrooms and contracts. But the smartest ones, they built something that rises higher than any arena. This is Analyst HQ. Subscribe for more stories behind the money, the moves, and the mindset. Thank you for watching.